For cheat games, MSP and PSN money, check out my sponsor G2A, the link's down below in the description, and use the code RIGFREE for 3% cashback. What is up guys, BRIGHTON here, and tell my predictions for the next Marquee matchup. So if you guys will enjoy this video, and if you do, please smash the like button down below. So this week I think there'll be one African Cup of Nations game, one FA Cup game, then two league games. So for the African Cup of Nations game, I'm thinking Cameroon versus Senegal, but I'm not 100% sure. So completely up to you which African Cup of Nations game you invest in. But if you do go Cameroon versus Senegal, what I recommend doing, put the quality to gold, then put Senegal in the searches here, and then set the max price to 300 and do the no risk method so you can't lose coins no matter what. Just go along here and lob some 300 coin bids down. Looks like someone's actually done already for the first bunch there, but if you just go along you'll find quite a few that you can put 300 coin bids on and you'll pick up most of them. So definitely recommend doing that. For the FA Cup game, I'm going with Derby versus Leicester for this one. So what I recommend doing is invest in the Derby player who's gold, because they've only got one gold player on the game. So Derby in the search, gold just here. We've only got this one guy at the second as well. You can pick him up for about 400 coins through bidding. Through buy nows, he is around 500, as you saw for the first one on this page, I think it was a second ago. So yeah, 500 just there. So at the second, he's quite cheap, and he doesn't really have a ton of cards to market as well. So could be a pretty good investment if that game is picked. For the next match, this one is a championship game. So we've got Brighton versus Newcastle, first place versus second. So for Brighton, they're probably going to be the better team out of the two to invest in, as they've only got two gold players on the game. So they've got these two just here, the Belgian guy and the French guy. At the moment, I'm trying to pick a few up at 400 coins, as through buy nows, they are going for 500 at the second. So could be some good investments, as I can see them going up to potentially 1.5k, 2k roughly, if they are required. So yeah, definitely recommend investing some Brighton players. For Newcastle, they got quite a few gold players, and that means they probably won't go up as much, but they could be good to invest in still, so they'll probably be cheaper to pick up compared to the Brighton players. So as you can see here, absolute ton of players there got who are gold. One player who actually could be pretty good to invest in, actually thinking about, is one of the guys you can do with the no risk trick. So this guy just here fits into the Newcastle game, also fits into the Senegal game, so potentially could be a really good investment. For the next match, this one is in France, so there's actually two games that have a chance of being picked. I've gone with Lyon versus Lille, but PSG versus Monaco also has a chance. But for Lyon versus Lille, what I recommend doing, go along to Lille just here and do the no risk method, as it works pretty well with Lille at the second. And once again, actually, they got a Senegal player, I didn't actually realise that, so could be a pretty good investment. Like if you pick up him from Lille and then also the other guy from Newcastle, they fit into two different games. For the next match and also the final match for this video, we've got one in the Italian league. So we have got Napoli versus this team just here, and I think the no risk method works for these two as well. So this week, don't really need to risk like a ton of coins, but at the same time, for this game and also the game in the League One match, I don't think the players will go up that much, but it really depends on the requirements. Then for the other games, the African Cup of Nations game, I don't think the players will go up a ton. If Derby versus Leicester's picked, I can see the Derby player going up to 1.5k, 2k potentially. Then if Brighton versus Newcastle's picked, the two Brighton players, can see them going up to 1.5k to 2k, but both of them games, they would need a rating requirement for that to actually happen. So the best investments this week would be the two Brighton players and the Derby player, as they got the most potential to go up. So that will be it for this video as well now, so see ya, UniqueRiggers, and hope you enjoyed this video, and if you have, please leave a like.